This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. We are a community of vendors in the restaurant industry that are here to help each other and also to help the industry and help individual restaurants with any issues they may have. So if you're a restaurateur watching this on our YouTube channel, which is Today's Restaurant, please give us a call to schedule a meeting, to schedule a time for you to come to one of our meetings and meet our group of experts. And our phone number is 561-620-8888. Couple things I want to just discuss before we get into any conversations. I want to give you a save the date, October the 20th. For those of you who live in South Florida or who may be in Florida around the 20th of October, one of my members of the 11 o'clock group who lives in the Atlanta area is planning to come to Fort Lauderdale. Hold on a second. And he's planning to come to Fort Lauderdale or Miami. We're not sure yet. He's got a condo somewhere. He wasn't sure where, but in any event, he's got an interesting program that has to do with billboards, and he wants to enlighten us about that. So we're going to have a combined happy hour, dinner, whatever it goes to. His name is, he knows a couple of you guys. His name is John Mulholland. And nice guy, funny guy. And it's got a nice program going with referral opportunities. So that's one thing. Second thing is, obviously, the hurricane just came through Florida and wreaked havoc across the whole state, especially on the West Coast. And I'm gonna guess that potentially some of our customers might have been affected severely by the flood water, wind, rain, whatever. I'm thinking this is open thinking, and like I said before, I've got COVID at the moment, so anything I say may be tainted. But I'd like for Today's Restaurant, for our group and the 11 o'clock group, to perhaps merge on some type of relief effort. And I don't know how to establish that, whether it be on Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that, that I can market to the industry as a whole and raise some money to help some people. That's open for discussion. I don't know. I know our Facebook expert, Bruce, will tell us how to do it.
Why don't you start a GoFund thing and, and figure out, I guess you can't, cover the whole West Coast, but figure out maybe Fort Myers was hit the hardest. Maybe.
Well, I really think we should maybe pick an existing nonprofit, maybe the Red Cross or somebody,
Right.
and or pick five nonprofits and say we're going to distribute the funds to these 5 charities.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I just don't know physically how to set this up. So if anybody has any expertise in that, please let me know. I'm going to bring this up at 11 o'clock as well. I've got some techie people in that group who might be able to help. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Well, maybe we'll sponsor a video going out that you can send out to your mailing list and see what we could, what we can raise.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
So,
I mean, I'm reaching, between my mailing list and my Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, well over 150,000 restaurants. So it's got to be.
well, and I'm afraid, especially along the coast there,
Oh my
It-
God.
it's going to be years.
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to hope that the insurance is going to,
Yeah.
cover some of the loss. It's,
Well, Bruce, they said that, I guess there was a pier at Fort Myers. And I guess on the news, they said they probably would never rebuild there. That pier.
Sanibel's down. Sanibel's basically underwater. You got a lot of big resorts, all that out there. Restaurant. I probably have 40, 50 customers in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Charlotte, Port Charlotte over there.
well, Joe, you're going to be the first one to find out how bad it is.
Well, you can't
Not
even
playing
get
over.
to Sanibel. The bridge is underwater and it broke in
Yeah.
half. And
Right.
and the government has stopped the insurance companies from dropping people for this for 60 days. So they have to help them.
Yeah, we're
That
probably
just
gonna
came
be, once any of them are reopened over there, if they don't have internet, but they do have cellular, we're probably gonna be giving them all free mobile readers just to process credit cards. And that
That's good.
process will probably drop the fees for like a month or so. But I'm sure that's not even on the calendar yet when they're gonna reopen. But,
Oh, no, they're gone. A lot of the restaurants are
Yeah.
gone. They're just
Mhm.
gone. I
Well, a
mean,
lot of them still don't have electric.
Well, they
No.
won't have it for
No,
weeks.
no electric, probably no. I remember Andrew, when Andrew hit here, I mean, there was in Florida City where the National Guard was, they were just doing cellular. They weren't even cellular. It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Well, there were no street signs. You didn't even know where you were going.
Right.
exactly. It was mobile. There were no street signs. It was just mobile for 2 or 3 months. So I don't know. We have, I got sales with, agents over there in Fort Myers that do most of the business, and they're probably underwater too. But we got a number of, small, medium-sized restaurants and bars over there that we've done. All right, so see, it's bad. So I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to go out, could even drive out there. But looking on the news, Sanibel was gone. Sanibel's underwater. Naples, Fifth Avenue, I mean, you got some really nice places over there. So, we were just very, very fortunate that it went that direction. Otherwise, it would have been here. But,
Speaking of insurance, if anybody has, our insurance member of this group informed me yesterday that he will be up to his eyeballs in claims on the West Coast, and he won't be able to function here in the group. So if you do, and they're probably going to run into 2023 as well. So if we know anybody in the insurance field who would like to join, or perhaps you think would be a good member, let me know, and we welcome him in.
Well, I would think they're all in the same boat.
Yeah,
The Medicare, on the Medicare side of insurance, it's going to most likely offer a special enrollment period because most of those individuals, because the annual enrollment period starts October 15th and goes through December 7th. So CMS will probably make a special enrollment period for those residents of those counties, Lee County, Collier County, after the first of the year. I would almost think, because it's going to take months for them to even begin to recover because of just everything. I think health insurance is probably the least on their mind right now, but eventually they'll help them out.
Knowing what we know about all the damage and everything, what are we going to do as vendors to maintain our business in 2023? Based on the fact that, like you said, Joe, 40 or
Yeah.
50 of your customers are gone.
They're gonna be rebuilding it. You know, I hate to say it, but it's devastation now, but it brings, there's a silver lining a year or two from now. But I mean, I remember after Andrew, you know, it was a year I was basically out of work, out of business, and but then the following year the construction was moving on, and Miami bounced back quick, and I suspect over there they'll bounce back quick. I mean, there's a lot of money over there, Naples, Fort Myers, and I suspect once they get this mess cleaned up, they'll bounce back quick.
Well, I can only say up here, I've already gotten phone calls from some of the resorts down there about getting a service tech down there to evaluate the damage to their ice cream equipment. So that's
Good.
already happening. Some of it's not on the first floor, some of it's located on the second floor. It may be okay, some of it's on the first floor, but it was elevated. They got a little bit of water in the kitchen, but who knows if the motors are damaged or whatever else was damaged. So the service tech business is going to go crazy in that area for the next 4 or 5 months.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
easily.
So typically, I mean, if it's a motor, do you fix it here or do you have to get a new one?
You can get motors rebuilt. There are places around Jacksonville where I can do that. But the problem is, if you do that, that means your machine is down for the 2 weeks that it takes to rebuild that. If there's a motor in stock in North Carolina, I can get that shipped. The problem is with these resorts, I don't know if they're going to be open.
Right.
Right, they're not gonna be.
Right. So that if you rebuild a motor, the people that rebuild them will tell you there's no guarantee it'll work once you get it.
Right.
Okay. But the rebuild motor business in Jacksonville is big because of all the Navy work we do up here and all the boat work up here. They've got entire shops that do nothing but rebuild compressors and motors. From 1 horsepower to 200 horsepower motors.
Wow.
But we've been talking about this for weeks about the supply chain and issues that we have. So what happens now when a restaurant was wiped out and they have to get all new equipment to reopen and they have to wait 24 weeks to get equipment?
That could be the issue. If everything is ruined or it's going to cost $10,000 to repair a machine that's 15 years old, they may elect either to throw the towel in or to buy new equipment. And it could take 14 to 16 to 18 weeks to get new equipment. It may take a lot less than that, depends on what it is.
Yeah, you can.
And the real crime is I'm not sure if they're covered by their insurance policies for that.
If it's water damage, it probably is not.
Well, if it's on the coast, I'm sure they got flood insurance over there. That might
Well,
cover it.
They say only
Yeah, that's
50% of the people have flood insurance.
Yeah.
So how in a world where restaurants are getting hurt by inflation and by sourcing of food and sourcing of anything else, how in the world are they going to reopen? It's going to totally change the face of the West Coast.
Mhm.
It's like another COVID just hit.
Yeah.
Well, you have to know, and I said this to Howard, when you build on the water anywhere, you're taking a huge risk, and the majority of the time, you can't even get flood insurance. And if you do, it's astronomical because this happens. I mean, it's like building on a fault line in California, which they've done. A lot of those people,
Yep.
because that's where I'm from, you can't get insurance on your home. So I don't know how that works building on the water. I know that if you live down here, we know a lot of people that actually have big, nice homes on the water. Their insurance is, I mean, you have to be multimillionaires to be able to afford the insurance.
And they say after this, our premiums are going to double.
Easily.
Oh,
And the insurance companies are gonna leave Florida in droves.
Yeah, and I'm going to be right behind them.
Can you imagine if this would have hit in Fort Lauderdale Beach or Hollywood? I mean, those businesses and buildings are right on the side.
Right.
That would have been unbelievable.
It would be hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You don't build on the water. You just don't.
Well, like I said, this was a once in 500-year event.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Yeah, until
and-
the next one comes.
right,
yeah,
right. Until it's our turn.
we'll see. I don't want to get into politics here, but the global warming
Don't.
issue is going to come up with this, and it could be. Who knows? I mean, I
Well,
believe
there's
it.
that- Well,
I'm not talking
say
about the
that.
cause of it, but it certainly is global warming.
You say that, but scientists now are fighting back on that because they're saying, how is it possible? Because and I don't want to get on my political soapbox, but the scientists are finally fighting back and saying, listen, you guys can't prove this. There's just no way. I mean, because did we have global warming when the big hurricane hit Galveston, Texas?
Right.
Was global warming in
Yeah.
the picture when Andrew came across at a Category 5? Was global warming an issue when Katrina took out New Orleans?
Well,
there's-
but you're talking about an issue that was for 1 or 2 days. The cycle of change on the Earth can go for millions of years.
Mhm.
We had an ice age. How long did the ice age last? And they obviously had global warming because we're here. So it's a yin
Natural
and yang.
cycle, which is what he was saying. Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know what causes.
We may be contributing, but it probably is part of nature's changes. Yeah.
That's the way it is right now. We're fortunate we're living in a time where we may be seeing some of these things that some people just went through their lives and never saw anything like this. We're getting to see it.
That's true.
I don't know if I want to, but we're seeing it. So, well, anything else anybody want to bring up before we show Bruce's video?
On a quick positive note,
Yes.
in 1961, Roger Maris broke the home run record for a single season by hitting 61 home runs. The other night, Aaron Judge hit 61 home runs as a member of the New York Yankees. And irony of ironies, that was 61 years ago.
Right. Right.
No way.
Yeah.
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 And what does he have? 8 games or 7 games left to break it?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
He'll do
Yep.
it. He'll break
Yep.
it. He'll break it. He'll break it.
And how old is Roger Maris' son? 61. I'm kidding.
Really?
I don't know.
He looks 61. Yeah. Mhm.
You're probably
Well, that's
pretty
cool.
close. I mean, look at the time frame that Roger Maris played, so probably.
When Roger Maris retired from the Yankees, he wound up getting a Budweiser distributorship in Gainesville, Florida.
Right.
And he was a distributor in Gainesville for years until Budweiser took it away from him and gave it to somebody
Really?
else. Yep.
But Aaron Judge is an animal. He is unbelievable. The size of this guy, and I mean, it's just look at him and Stanton together.
Yeah, but a lot of the shots go to right field. All right. I mean, it's probably the only ballpark that it would be a home run. Yeah. So
yeah, but there are other people on the team who haven't done it. So he had the ability to do it.
This is true, but it's
Not to take away from Roger Maris, it was really cool that Albert Pujols,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd like to see him get 701. And there was a thing that somebody sent me, with Babe Ruth, Eddie Guerin, him, and Alex Rodriguez, and it has an X on Alex Rodriguez, referring that he was tainted, So it was very interesting, this picture they sent.
But the whole generation of players that were tainted.
Yeah.
at that time. So
Oh, I know who else was and then who else was on there? Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was on there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh, Barry Bonds. I still have his rookie card.
And Sandy,
Mint
so
condition.
Don't get into me about baseball cards. I can share 50s, 60s, and 70 baseball cards with you. I have Roberto Clemente's rookie card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's not worth much just because it has a little crease in it. So they say, well, that disqualifies stuff. But
Mine,
yeah.
mine are mint and in their cases. I have a lot of them, and they're not tops. They're what's the expensive one?
Fleer,
What?
Fleer.
Flair.
Not Fleer,
Don
not Donruss. The other one, the higher up one. Oh, I'll go get it.
Anyhow, let Bruce put his video on.
All right, so just to recap,
Yeah,
I was on a webinar with the CEO and the marketing manager for this company called Blended. They've partnered with Jamba Juice, and they were featured on a newscast that I'm gonna play the YouTube video for you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen.
I'm impressed you know how to do that.
Oh my God, it's amazing, isn't it? And
All you gotta do is put it on Facebook.
and here we go.
Yep. Now we've got smooth. More and more robots are helping to prepare that week. But teaming up to install kiosks that contain a smoothie making robot, providing drinks and a show. When students return to UCLA this fall, there's a new addition to campus.
We are looking for opportunities where we can entice and energize the campus population. So it's part of what we do.
A robot is making smoothies using a combination of hardware and artificial intelligence to fulfill orders on demand.
It's enabling us to get into locations that perhaps historically we couldn't get into.
Jamba by Blended is a self-contained, fully autonomous kiosk. It requires just 64 square feet of space.
This is really dialing up the convenience and the portability and the ability to still do a made-to-order smoothie, perfect for the guest.
You can order from your phone or a tablet. Smoothies can be customized to your preferences.
If you customize your smoothie, you can see nutrition facts based on your customizations, which is really cool.
9 cameras inside let the robot see ingredients. The mechanical arm works on multiple smoothies at once, dispensing, washing, and serving the finished product.
Now, this is the tricky part. You got to pour this smoothie just right into the glass.
Ironically, the actual blending takes place out of view.
It is not taking away jobs. It is fulfilling jobs that cannot be fulfilled.
Blended has more than half a dozen robots operating at college campuses, malls, and even a Walmart.
It never has a bad hair day. It never throws a tantrum. It never takes a sick day. It's always there to entertain you and to serve you.
One more bit of magic before you get your drink. Magnetic sliders that move your smoothie to a pickup window.
My tropical delight smoothie is ready and made by a robot.
Tastes fresh. It's nice and cold, and now I've got brain freeze. Thanks, robot. All right, it was really cool. The robot can make up to 45 smoothies in an hour, and you can even schedule the pickup time in advance, which is handy for students. All right, if you want to learn more about the Jamba blended smoothie robot at UCLA, go to my website. It is richontech.tv. All right, so I had to ask Jamba, you know, when you make a smoothie, you drip a little on the counter every time, you know, that's what happens.
Yeah.
They call it the Jamba Cha.
What is that?
That's the technique they teach. You ever see them in Jamba Juice? They like somehow rotate and like tap. That's the Cha.
Drips.
Yeah, a little bit of trivia if you're ever on Jeopardy. I don't know if that's official or not.
What is chop? Got it.
Well, Henry did cha-cha. Maybe you can make margaritas too soon.
You know what the biggest news is in that video? That it can do 45 drinks per hour.
Wow,
Yeah.
I know.
And it could do 4 or 5 at a time.
Right.
In addition to which, you should see the dashboard behind it and all the data that it captures. So the franchisee or whoever's going to be servicing the kiosk, they know that morning what they need to replace. They know how much ingredients of everything was used, what they need to restock it for the next day. And once you've placed your order as a consumer, if you go back there, it'll ask you if you want the same thing or if you want something different. And where I see it being really valuable are in hospitals where nutrition is really important. Not only having it downstairs in their cafeterias and things. And by the way, this could be there 24 hours. It doesn't have to close after 8 o'clock or something like that. But it can actually be used to make a drink based on the nutritional requirements that the patients might have. So, and it can be adapted for other food items as well, not just smoothies, but this was really impressive.
I have a question, or it brings up a question. How does the health department deal with this? You know, all machines make a mistake at some point. And what happens if a smoothie drops on, in some area of the machine and sits there for a day and gets rancid or what? I'm just bringing up, does this health department have different standards for robots? I don't know. It's just an open question.
That's out of my pay grade.
I know.
Really.
It's on Facebook. Look it up.
Bruce, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So this is for Jamba Juice, or did Jamba Juice come up?
Jamba Juice owns a piece of them.
Okay.
And quite frankly, this is a natural for Wawa's and
Sure.
smaller operations.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And anywhere that you have a 24-hour operation, like the rest stops on the turnpikes along, the United States,
Sure.
and bus terminals and train terminals. I mean, there's
Airports.
their dashboard for the investors said there were 70,000 plus potential locations. All right. Well, they've got an arrangement with Walmart, so I don't know how many that gives them right there.
Right.
If you want to own 5 of these, you'll have to go to Jamba and deal with the franchisor. If you're a multi-unit franchisor and you've got 200 units, they'll deal directly with you. But they're not leasing the machines. You're buying the machines outright, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Huh.
Well, basically, it's like you're getting a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the down that you're putting down for your build out and everything, and really your job is to go out there and find the perfect locations. And I don't know how much of Jamba is doing that for the franchisees. I mean, this is, every time I think about it, I come up with 10 more questions.
Yeah.
I
Well,
could see
that's
something
what's going to be
this.
going on now. From here forward, with the advance of robotics and the labor situation the way it is, this is the future.
Well, look, you're saving yourselves just in if you had to have it manned for a 24-hour operation, that would be 3 people, and and the amount of training to go in to showing each employee how to make these drinks, it's kind of challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe that a human could actually make the smoothie as quickly as this robot can.
I agree with you.
Bruce, I could see these going into these ghost kitchens.
Yeah, that's what's happening. The kiosk is 125th and Biscayne in Miami. We've seen a lot of takeout only restaurants with kiosks. You still got the cooks. That's about it. There's Taco Love, I think is the name of it, a taco project. I don't remember. But Taco Love, I think they have one in Coral Springs and another one right in my office in Davie. 6 kiosks across the counter. That's it, and people cooking. So quick service is going to be going really heavy on the kiosk.
Well, again, the payback is a relatively short period of time.
Yeah.
So you can be profitable within the first year.
That's the selling point of all the robotics companies, even the ones that act as runners and bus boys. The payback is very
Plus,
quick.
it eliminates the staffing issue.
Right.
You know how valuable that is? All this guy has to do, the franchisee, is pay somebody to go there with a jug of ingredients that he's got to use to fill up the thing in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, whenever it is. And the guy can do 5, 10 of these in a day. And the franchisee is sitting there going, wow, I saved myself 30 employees.
What's Chris going to do when somebody wants to hire a robot? But he give different names to robots.
Get the robot's resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems you've bounced around a lot.
He looks at the guy's resume. It said they stopped in 2019. He said, "What happened in 2019?" He said, "I was waiting for parts."
Well, they've got the robot in UCLA, so he's going to put UCLA or he, she, it, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bruce, for bringing that in. I want to get to our intro so that the people who may be watching us on YouTube know who we are. And I'm thinking about in future meetings, perhaps doing the intros first so that people who are watching will know who we are before we start talking. That may be helpful. What do you
I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it now today, and this will be the last of the good hot time mamas. Bruce, why don't you start us off?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bruce Silver. The name of my company is Employers RX, and we are the cure for your employee management headaches. We work with companies called professional employer organizations and small and mid-sized businesses, restaurant owners, hospitality, PEOs or HR outsourcing companies that provide payroll and workers' compensation and health insurance and benefits, 401k plans, workers' compensation, risk management. However, they do it for hundreds of thousands of small business owners across the country, and they really know their business. So if you're a small business and you're having challenges finding the right people and recruiting them because you don't have the benefits to make available, and you have issues with workers' compensation and you're not getting the best rates, give me a call, 561-843-4333. Thank you.
Thank you. Rick, good morning. Rick, hold on. I got 2 Ricks here. Rick G.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Good morning, Howard. Good to see you guys again. Rick Giambanco with Premier Solutions. We help companies save money on their monthly expenses, their monthly overhead expenses. We do that by expertly renegotiating expenses like utilities, software, telecom, waste, to a few others, along with identifying and resolving any errors, overages, and of course, finding what savings are missing from those expenses. We're able to obtain these savings while keeping the existing vendors and the existing quality of service, the same quality of service. There's no contract, there's no upfront cost, and we use a savings-based compensation model, meaning we simply earn a portion of the savings we obtain the client. Rick Giambanco with Premier Solutions. Good to see you guys again.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Rick Israel, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Rick Israel with Affiliated Health Insurers. And just like Chris Kaufman several months ago, we are beginning to rebrand as the Israel Agency, because my extended family is getting ready to join the agency. My daughter and my wife are getting ready to sit for the exam, so I'm very excited. But we are certified Medicare advisors. We help the individual who is coming off the group plan or has been on disability for 24 straight months, enroll in Medicare and then enroll in either a Medicare supplement, prescription drug plan, or Medicare Advantage plan. And as you're aware, if you are the age 65 or older, your phone has been ringing off the hook, your mailbox has been full of junk mail, because the annual enrollment period starts in 15 days and runs through December 7th. So I am here to assist you in anything of that. Real quick point though, with the new Inflation Reduction Act that was signed into law last month, it is now forcing pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies that if insulin is on their formulary, it cannot be more than $35 a month ever again. So that is going to be a saving grace for individuals on the Medicare space. So Rick Israel, you can reach me at 256-698-8774, or please write this number down if you are my client, 256-448-8705. That will be the new number going forward due to CMS's regulation of all calls being recorded going forward after tomorrow. Look forward to being of any assistance, and thank you and have a great day.
Rick, when I send around the spreadsheet of the attendees, if the phone number on the spreadsheet is wrong, would you please correct it?
I will, but I'm getting ready to send a mass email out to all the clients in Florida with the phone number needed to call, and that will route directly to my cell phone. So, okay.
Chris Kaufman, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, CHRIS Kaufman and Company, All-Star Restaurant Recruiters. We work throughout the United States. Most of the work is the Southeastern United States, and we work on behalf of the restaurant owners to increase their human capital. In other words, we are recruiters, we are headhunters, we are brokers of opportunity. And we have had the pleasure of working in this industry, doing that type of work since Monday, April 6, 1981. I was there. It was exciting. It's still exciting. And even in these inflationary times, there are pockets of opportunity for people to increase their careers. And we are glad to be of service. 404 All-Star, 404-255-7827. All-Star Restaurant Recruiters.
Thank you. Ed Burton, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day is good today. This is Seacoast Sales out of Orange Park, Florida. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. We have soft serve machines, batch freezers, blast freezers, heat treat equipment, slushy machines, display cases for ice cream, gelato, pastry, whipped cream machines, and our website is seacoastsalesflorida.com. Give me a call if I can help. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Let's see, Joe Cregan, good morning.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, everybody. Joe Cregan with Card Payment Services, people, products, and payments you can count on. I'm here in Fort Lauderdale, actually, Davie, Florida. I support about between 700 and 750 merchants, primarily restaurants, mostly in Florida as well as nationally. We represent Fiserv, which used to be First Data, the world's largest transaction processor for electronic payments. We represent Clover POS, and we're also a reseller for ADP Payroll. So we're a one-stop shop for your clients' transaction processing requirements. My website is cardpaymentservices.net, and my number is 954-635-5044. Thank you.
Thank you. Brian, good morning.
Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm Brian with Rogue Financial Group. We are a financial company that finances primarily in the hospitality industry, from small to large projects. We finance equipment. So, you know, like I said, restaurants, breweries, convenience stores, and we also do other industries, but primarily the hospitality. And it is commercial financing. So small projects, like I said, small to large projects, startups. That is it for today. Been a long week.
You know, what we were talking about before, as far as robotics, what Brian does is going to become very important when a restaurant needs to buy 3, 4, or 5 robots to maintain, to run the dining room, to replace wait staff or runners or busboys. Brian can lease them, and the payments are very low, and it's an opportunity far below what an hourly wage is.
You know, Brian, I was thinking about that this morning because, you know, these are self-contained kiosks.
Okay.
So, you know, the robot is attached to the whole unit, and it only takes 2 hours for them to set it up.
Okay.
So is this something that you'd be able to finance the entire
I would.
kiosk?
Yeah. I'll talk to you. I'll call you afterwards. I have another idea because I did some financing for this guy. I haven't done one lately, but it's called Pizza Touch, and they've been putting these in different areas like colleges. And basically, you go give a credit card. In 3 minutes, you have a hot pizza that's already boxed up. Okay, so I don't know if that would be something that would apply to colleges. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we'll talk some more. Figure this out. See what we can do.
So when you say it's 3 minutes, so you're standing around 3 minutes to get your pizza.
Yeah.
Is it serving it to you at a counter?
It's serving you right through a box. Go to the website called Pizza Touch. Okay.
Okay.
Go to the website, put your card in. It's very limited. So you either have cheese or pepperoni. I don't know if they expanded. Basically, what it does, like you're saying on these Java machines, you have to have somebody come by and reload it. Okay. So you have to reload it. You put in, let's say, 20 cheese, 20 pepperoni. You come in, put your card in. It's like $6. You touch it. You say, oh, I want pepperoni. So what it does, actually, I've seen this. It's actually interesting. The box comes down from a conveyor belt, unwraps it, opens the box. This lift takes the pizza, puts it into a little oven, bakes it in 3 minutes. Okay. Pulls it out, puts it back in the box, closes the box, and shoots it out through a hole in the machine.
All right, but it's not giving you the ability to say, well, I want onions, mushrooms, and pepperoni, let's say.
No, but it's sort of the same thing. You know, if they, it would put these in a general area. I would not put this thing probably in a dorm. I mean, I've seen, most of us has been to college, and we've seen the craziness of people when they get drunk, right? So put it in a common area, and you can get a drink, you can get a smoothie, but what I was trying to say is sort of the similar thing that this Pizza Touch is trying to do. Okay. There is another company out of Utah called Healthy to You or something. It's the same process. You come in and you put salads in there, you can put sandwiches, you can put whatever. So they're designed the same thing. So it doesn't make it, but it will pull it out and serve you a salad. But like I said, we're going this way because there's a new generation. These kids don't want to talk to anybody. They're on their phone and they want to just grab something and go.
It's the convenience thing, and it's the technology thing, and this is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe it's why they're putting them on college campuses, because the kids really adapt to them.
Mm-hmm.
Corn and hot outs on steroids.
Mhm.
What's the website, Bruce?
BLENDID.com.
Blended.
All right, Terry, take us home.
Okay, hi. Anybody watching on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any of the other channels that we have? I do something a little differently. If you are a restaurant and you are in need of any kind of equipment, service, POS, anything that you need, call this group, call Howard Appel, go online, trnusa.com. We can help you. We have the experience, the knowledge. If you're a vendor, if you supply food, equipment, anything to a restaurant, I supply with my group a monthly leads report to let you know where the restaurants are opening. And if for the restaurants also, if you want to get your name out there as when you are opening, please email me, terry@trnusa.com, or call the office and we will get you in. Also, if you're going to be at the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Show this year, November 2nd and 3rd, it will be at the Royal Carib in Orlando. Our booth number is 317. Vendor or restaurant, please stop by our booth and visit. We can help you with any questions, anything that you need. And if we don't know the answer, one of the people in this group, I assure you, does. Thank you.
Talking about help, besides being a newspaper for the industry and having done it since 1996, especially now with the results of the hurricane, there's a program out there for restaurants and other businesses called the ERTC, the Employee Retention Tax Credit. You're entitled to get back a ton of money from the government if you've paid your W-2 employees during 2020 and 21. We are working on one client right now, a big company, who's going to be receiving upwards of $7 million in a refund. And that's substantial money. I've already gotten some of my clients 140, 170, 500,000, and it's all legit. It's all U.S. government money.
And
So,
Howard, do you have to pay any of that money back?
no, it's not a loan. This is a I wouldn't call it a grant. It's just a payback.
It's a
It's money.
payback to help the restaurants and any company in the last 2
And
years. with
even
COVID.
if your restaurant has gone out of business, if you were open during that time, you can still apply. All you have to do is go to our website, trnusa.com, hit the red button at the top, fill out the form, and we'll help you, walk you through it. And speaking of walking, we're going to walk now. And thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the video, Bruce. If you want to contact us, it's 561-620-8888. We welcome restaurateurs to join us and vendors. Thank you all for coming. See you all next week.
Thank
Have a
you.
safe and